Oh, ches. I'm sorry. Yeah, we did hay. Okay. Chotzer sheyesh lo shtei psochim mishtei ruchos tzarich lahadlik mishteihem. If you have a house you have a corner house, so you have to light on both doors, your side door and your front door. It's the same thing. Wherever it is that you have to light, if you have a place to light on both sides, you have to light on both sides. Okay? Okay. If there's a din of chshad on windows, we didn't discuss that yet. Okay. Now, why mipnei hachshad? Now, I'd just like to share with you a difficulty that I have on this halacha. Where I grew up, people had front doors, back doors, side doors. There's all different kinds of doors that people have in their house. Nobody would ever make that mistake to think that your back door is your front door or your side door is your front door. Yeah. This is just like, it's like obvious in our times that, where your main entrance is. So even if the halacha would be relevant today, would it be relevant today? Because we just said that people...
In the driveway entrance, if you use the side door entrance, you use often, even though your front door is the front door.
That is a wonderful statement, but has nothing to do with anything.
The chashad is that you use both entrances.
No! The chashad is that you didn't like Hanukkah candles.
Why do people have that chashad? Because you have two entrances and they don't see one of your entrances that you use Hanukkah nearest, right?
Because we don't see the place where you walk into your house having theirs.
I have two places where I walk into my house, a side door from the driveway and the front door.
Yeah.
You use both of them frequently, even nowadays.
Why?
Because one of them doesn't have mirrors.
Where should a person light? No. Let's start the other way around. I'm going to ask you a question that's not so easy to answer. Where, let's say there was no din of chshad. Which door should you light by? That's right. So if my front door has more pesuminisa than my side door, where should I light?
But the people who live in the back only see...
No, one second.
You should light in the front, but the people who... So what was the chashad in the Zman HaGemara? 1 second. So what was the chashad in the Zman HaGemara?
Chashad. No, I never said that. The problem is chashad.
What is this chashad? The one in the Shulchan Aruch. What's that chashad?
That you didn't like Hanukkah candles.
Where does that come from? That I use both... way I understood is they use both doors. They do.
Sheyamru b'nei elo midlo adlik b'ha ba'acheres nami lo adlik.
So my neighbors will only see my side door, don't see nearest by my side door, but they see me coming in and out of my side door. And the people who live on the front...
1 second. So therefore they're going to say, since you didn't light here, you didn't light on your front door either.
It's chashad altogether. It's hard to understand, but that's the chashad. Why not? That's the same thing as that's what I understood as the sentence here.
I thought the chashad, they would think it just belongs to two different people.
No.
And it looks like it belongs to two different people, and one of them didn't like.
That chshad is that they don't think that that could have that chshad with one door. They just think that they're two different apartments. In other words, how do people know from the outside what's really going on inside? Right? In the average apartment in Ramat Beit Shemesh, it's probably split up into 6, right? Right. No, there are people who have their apartments and they split them into these little teeny units, right? Right? No, it's how do you know when there's a doorway what's really going on inside?
And if you have a doorway where there's no candles, but they look up in the parking lot or down, just somewhere else on the street.
Right. Okay. So this is midla adlik baha, na midla adlik baha. right? It's not that the pshat is that they know that you have another door. Since you didn't light here, you obviously didn't light there either. Why would you think that?
The one's asking a kasha on the Shulchan Aruch on me.
No, and then there's another question.
Yeah.
Even if I'll come to understand the halik baha, but there is one which should be the one that you light by.
And they should check that.
Right.
You're asking on the Shulchan Aruch stam. The one's asking
Yeah.
on the Shulchan Aruch.
So now I'm saying I think that in Chazal's time there were no front doors and back doors. There were doors. They were Avrohom Avinu style.
Okay. So we have a Avrohom Avinu style today also. Whether from the side door or from my front door.
Right.
I come in from the driveway all the time, and my back neighbors only see my driveway. And the front street, I also come in, and the guy's in the front.
What has nothing to do with the other? If you only had a light one, which one would you light?
Let's say my front door, because most people would say that.
Okay, so then if I don't see on the front door, you should maybe have a chshad. But if you don't see on the side door, you're saying I don't on the front door. So that's what I'm asking. Why in this mind? And I'm going to answer that question because they didn't have front doors and back doors. They had doors. They were from Avinu style.
They were both equal as per Sumei Nisa.
Yeah.
What?
They were both equal as per Sumei Nisa, where I would have thought that he should have lighted up both.
There's no, what's the word?
There's no more.
Main door. Okay? In a person who lives where we live, we have main doors. There's a main door and there's a side door.
And sometimes you both of them.
What has nothing to do with it?
Why do you mix it?
What's that doing? We're not talking about what you use. Where did you come to usage?
Because that's a chashad that
Where did you come to usage? Just say anything anywhere about usage? No. You show me where it says it. It doesn't say it anywhere.
The chashad is that I have two doors that I use. And
No! Doesn't say that.
You can't pull the web.
Even if you don't use both of them.
You can't pull the web.
If you only use one of them.
Okay, so
It has nothing to do with usage.
You know what he's talking about.
we have the classic Shabbos, the Chatzir, it's open to two mavui.
There's no mavui in Chanukah. There's no mavui in
It
Chanukah.
has two doors then. It's open to two mavui. Would that be
Mishnah
something that has to have both sides?
Yes.
Because there'll be a chashad.
Right.
The people in this mavui
Right.
would say...
That I understand. But if you have two doors and one has more Pesuma Nisa than the other, if you would come to ask where should you make a bracha, where would they tell you? The one with more Pesuma Nisa. So then that should be the one that you light by. Right? And that's the one that should be checked. Why are you checking out on both of them? The only answer to the question is that their both doors were equal.
both
Equal does not mean by your usage. No.
That I would have assumed that they were equal as places to light.
Right. Right. And I don't think that exists exactly in our side doors. Okay? That's all. That's what I'm pointing out. All right. V'im shnei hapsachim b'ruach echad, v'hem b'bayis echad, dai lo b'echad mehem. If they're both on the same side, it's enough with one of them. Why? Because the only say adlik baha is when you can't see the other one, right? So now, what would be if it was a very big house? You know, if you lived in Windsor Castle, right? I don't know if you could see, right? Okay. V'madlik b'shtei psachen einu mevorach rak b'echad behem, u'b'sheni madlik b'loi brocha. Now, is that a simple halacha?
So when you're not here, you have your family here.
Yeah, I want you to know that there are many people that say that I should have somebody light for me when I'm here in when I'm not here in Beit Shemesh, or at least when I'm here. I should light, right? And when I'm not in Yerushalayim, I should light. I'm never in Yerushalayim Shabbos Chanukah. I should have somebody light for me Shabbos Chanukah. And we will discuss that issue. There's two different questions about that. One is the question of chshad, and the other question is, where am I supposed to be lighting? Another question. There's two. Yeah, it could very well be that when I'm here, I'm supposed to be lighting in Yerushalayim. We'll discuss that maybe. I don't know if we'll get to that this year. But right now, this is the subject which I'm asking over here. Why should...
What do you do with your house in Florida?
You're not there on Chanukah at all, right? So there's no shot in the graveyard either, right? If nobody's living there, there's no shot.
Oh, but you come in and out.
Right. I was in my apartment on Sunday. I was in my apartment on Tuesday. I'll be here one more time. I'll be here on Shabbos. That's okay.
Even like his example, people don't leave their houses to look abandoned. They leave them to look like someone's there with timers and everything. So there is a fun place for Chashad.
Okay. Now I don't think so. I'm right now. I'm asking the following question: the madlik b'shtei psachim. If a person has a chshad problem and he lights in two different doorways, eino mevarach rak be'echad mehem. U'b'sheni madlik b'loy brocha. One you make a brocha on, and the other one you don't. Is that a chiddush?
Yeah. According to the way the Rav explained, if both equal to make the bracha,
then maybe what?
Someone will see him lighting without a bracha.
Okay, what?
Someone will see him lighting without a bracha.
All right, I just want to share with you, my son, one of my sons, he lights in two places. He lights outside and he lights inside. And he did that according to what I told him to do. And he told me that he asked the Rav in his neighborhood, and the Rav in his neighborhood told him to do exactly the opposite of what I told him. I told him he should make a bracha outside, and then go upstairs and make a bracha inside. No, without a bracha, light inside. And his Rav told him they should make a bracha inside, and then go outside and light. Okay, so I said to him, there is no basic machlokes between us, just that he has it backwards. And I'm not going to explain. We both agree to the following things. That if you light inside, you're yaitza. So now we have the question of the Beis Halevi by an esrog. Person has two esrogim. One is a pretty one, and one is a miyuchas one. Which one do you make a bracha on? How did you know? Okay, it means about 1 minute, right? But what's the subject?
Which is more of a?
No.
One is a vaday esrog, and one is a.
If I make a bracha on the one that's for sure kosher, is there anything for me to do after that? So therefore, you should make the bracha on the pretty one first. Because maybe you'll be yaitz with the pretty one, and if not, so you'll be yaitz with the other one, right? But well, yeah, that's second bein tam. Okay, what?
Is that not making two brachas?
No. We're talking about making one bracha, but which one should you make the bracha on? Which esrog? Okay, so I say the same thing over here. When you have two places to light. If you light inside, you're zecher yaitza. So then you're done. So what are you lighting outside for? No, they're both on the same side. It's not going to take away chshad. Okay? This is now, that's why I say you should light outside first, and then light inside. His Rav said you should light inside. Which is the normal? Okay.
That's the chiddush.
Why should you do it his way?
There's nothing left. L'chayra being mekayim the hitter afterwards.
No.
Punished.
How could there be mekayim a hitter?
Because it's not as pretty. So I'm being mekayim a hitter.
There's no such thing. I don't know any such hitter. You invented a new hitter.
the Kesser. Why did it hither?
After I shook one esrog, is there anything to do?
Yeah, shake the booty.
They'll shake you stuff and then they'll go to the Rebbe and shake his wolf.
Why? Because maybe they weren't yaitza with theirs.
Is that because they're not yotze or because it just has more kedusha?
There is nothing to do taking it a second time. There's nothing to do. There's no mile in taking an esrog twice a day. Maybe holding it a whole day there's a mile, but taking it twice a day, as far as I know, there's no such thing. It's not like tefillin. And when you want tefillin, you're yaitza.
No, but tefillin is all yoyim and lulav is only once a day.
Right. So,
Just holding the lulav is not a bit.
not if you put it down already. Ad kedei kach, the Gemara says, once you put it down, it can become muksa. As long as you're holding it, it's not muksa.
We don't necessarily hold it between the halal and the counter.
I'll just tell you, I don't want to get involved because this is a very complicated subject, but the briskers, they make a bracha on the esrog before halal, and they don't shake it like we shake it. They shake it, the nanum are the nanum of halal. That is the nanum. When are you supposed to be shaking your lulav? During halal. That's the mitzvah. The mitzvah is not to stand there and shake it.
They just pick it up.
They make a bracha, they hold it, and then by halal. No, and then they keep on holding it through halal.
That's what I'm saying, but they pick it up and they don't do anything.
They do more than once there is nanum. They do before or whatever it says.
All the nanum of halal.
That's it.
Right? All right. Anyways, let's just get back to what we're talking about over here. So now, I would like to read a Shari Tshuva over here that you people are not going to believe. So, therefore, those who would like to read it can read it. I am Berhetiv. Sefer Rav Shalom Legom Chan Tzvi. Okay, the cause of Echad Yudalid Hachoshed. Because Echad B'Tzachor Evu B'Ma'ariv Mishum Shemem Achotz V'nei Abayis Achol V'Acharav. L'chein Yesh Sheshtem B'Ma'ariv. Okay. Now, V'ayim Birkei Yosef B'Shei Michtam LeDavid. Mish Reish L'Chotzer Shel Shnei Psachim Shemevaras Ba'achas. V'yom Echad HaYatarud V'Tziva Sheyadliku. And he told somebody else, you lied for me. He told his wife, you lied for me. V'chein also. And his wife lit for him. V'dliku b'Pesach Echad Ad Shelo Hidlik B'Sheni. Before she had a chance to light by the second one, he came. Yochol levarach kishayadlik b'Pesach Hasheni.
You could just say, when he write the fact of her lighting the first time.
Okay, listen, I don't want to insult you, but I have to choose between him and you.
We have to choose.
But that's talking about one person's lighting.
Husband and wife is not one person.
No, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, I'm going to share with you a similar question.
That with his son's example, he could also split it up and he lights, let's say, up in one.
No, because he only wants to light, he doesn't want both to be with a bracha. Because one is the right place, one is the wrong place. He doesn't want to make a bracha. Right. Now I'm going to. Yes, Bisham Shlichus. It's the same thing.
It sounded like she managed told it to be Muslim. Is it?
Yeah, it's talking about her. It's talking about another person. And now I wanted to ask you another question. Soon is going to be Pesach. And before Pesach, you start Pesach clearing on Hanukkah, right? That's okay. Soon is going to be Pesach. And before Pesach, we do B'dikas Chametz. I made a shliach to do bedikas chametz in my house, and I came home, and he didn't finish. Could I make a bracha and finish off my house?
There's still places to check, right?
Yeah, because he already made a bracha.
You made bracha. I don't know what he did. You have more places to check.
No, he thought he was doing everything.
But he didn't. Bracha's on the person.
If you're going to eat the house, then you make a bracha on the house. What are the two options?
No, if it's on the bit.
It's on the mice.
If it's on the Batika, so maybe you can make it.
Okay. And now whatever svar you're saying over there, does that apply over here too?
Here there's still mitzvah left. There was still mitzvah left.
And, okay.
Here isn't. Here you're up to the whole thing.
Okay. So I want to tell you that the Achronim who explained this Michtam LeDavid, they explain it as follows. Once we have a mitzvah mishum chshad to light two menorahs, you have to light two menorahs. It's not that you light one and one is just a decoy for all those warmongers who want to say Lashon Hara on you. No, you have to light two menorahs. That's what chshad does. Chshad says that you mechuyev to light two.
So why isn't one person make two brachas?
Why should one person make two brachas?
So he's doing two mitzvahs. Just said that, no?
They're part of the same mitzvah. It's not two totally different mitzvahs. Just for people like you, I'll say that 60% of Klal Yisrael for many hundreds of years made one bracha on two tefillin. And that's for sure two mitzvahs. What? I didn't say what you do. But that's when the Chabad is to make one bracha, right? Okay. So, I'm just saying that's, so even if you're doing two totally different mitzvahs, you could be making one bracha. All right? So I'm just sharing with you, this is a fascinating idea. And there's a very big crazy Placey that's busy with this in Hilchos Ben Pekua. This halacha is hooked up with Hilchos Ben Pekua. That you have to shech, because you have to shech the Ben Pekua mechshum chshad. Okay. So when you learn Yoreh De'ah, remember me. Okay, and then look at the Placey. Okay, maybe I do. All right. Anyways,
this guy in the Ramah, if he has a hefsek, then he would make the brachas then? And he says he liked the other one without a bracha. He's talking about they're doing it back to back over here. What are we doing about it?
Yeah, he's talking them back to back.
And if he would have hefsek,
yeah, could be. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I would like to finish off the Ramah. Miu bizman hazeh shekula madlikim bifnim mamish ve'ein hekel levnei rishus harabim klal afil yesh lechotzer or lebayis harbe psachim laharbe ruchois ein madlikim elapam achas bifnim kein nirali v'chein aminik poshet. This is anything but poshet. Okay. What? No, that's 100% wrong. You didn't read what the Ramah says. No, you didn't. You didn't read. You skipped something. You skipped the part that's important because it doesn't go well with what you're trying to say. Ve'ein hekel levnei rishus harabim klal. Why'd you skip that part? I will tell you, I don't think I was ever in anybody's house in America that don't have some kind of presuming. Right? They put it by a window where you could. Yeah, but already in the times of the tour, they lit it inside where you could see it in Rishus Harabim. So,
some people said if we kid lights in front of their bedroom.
In front of their bedroom?
They're lighting inside. They light the menorah by the door of their bedroom.
That's what they should do. That's if you're a Chassidish guy. Why? Because, because the Chassidim are very makbid, you have to light by a mezuzah. Yeah. And it should be nicker that it's where it is. But if you have two guys in a bedroom, what does one guy do? Kill his brother? How do they work it out?
Kill each other anyways.
Okay. Like the Yeshua that 15 menorahs outside the door.
Okay. Okay.
They do.
Okay. So that's V'hainu shebizman ha'torah madlikin eitzel pesach habayis mibnefim v'ya'oisin al kaponim heker la'ovrim v'al ken yesh chshad kol she'ein heker karoi la'ovrim ma she'ein ken achshov shemadlikin mamish b'fnim v'lichvos l'klal v'shos rabim. So the Mishnah Berurah seems to say that in the time of the Torah that they should be really lighting mishum chshad. Now, Rabbi Tam in his Hagos on Shulchan Aruch over here it says we never find any Rishon Poskim anyone ever speak about by Chaloin that there should be a din of Chshad. And he just leaves it as a Tzorach Iyun, and there's a lot of shtickl Torah that were written to take care of that problem. But it seems to me, nowadays, I'll just share with you the nowadays psak. The nowadays psak is there's no chshad anyways. Why? I'm willing to say, you walk by somebody's house and they don't have a menorah lit. What do you say? Either they finished or they didn't get up to it yet. Right? No, it's chshad means when I'm supposed to be seeing a candle lit right now. Okay? That's only negeh for a half hour. I'm willing to say that here in this group, not everybody lights in the same half hour. Okay? So, how could there be a chshad?
I send me the, I walked in the middle of laning, I assumed the guy made a bracha before. So, why do we have brachas for every aliyah?
That's, you're asking a good question, but I don't think that question has anything to do with what we're learning over here.
You think chashad is only because of the times or because of the...
No, but where is the question, here or there? The question is a good question there anyways. Why is there chshad mishum ha'nechnasim v'hayetzim? Don't you know you came in or you left? Right? That's a good question.
What happens if you know he's a Rabbeinu Tam that he always lights at the same time?
Yeah, but once that there's different kinds of people, so then the subject of chshad, right? And I'll just tell you, what I tell somebody yesterday, someone called me up. He was in yeshiva, going to his parents' house in Ramat Beit Shemesh, and he was leaving about 20 minutes before the Zman Hadlaka, and he's going to be going back to sleep in yeshiva at night, and he asked me, what should he do? So if I had my very rabbinical hat on, I would say you should light before you leave yeshiva, because you could light from plug. Okay?
You have a different hat on?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You could light at home.
What are we missing?
You should light it at his parents' house with a
Yeah, you could light at his parents' house with a bracha.
Why?
If he goes and leaves, what's he going to do? Is he in his room, his small room?
Wherever he does it all the other nights.
He has to make sure.
Wherever he does it other nights. Now, I don't know where if he's lighting in a safe place.
He has to make sure that it's going to last half an hour after
He knows he does the same amount of oil every day.
Same thing he does all the time.
Okay, I'm just telling you that's yeah. All right, I think that one can light at home. Because I just tell you, any Sfardim over here? No, okay. Sfardim, many Sfardim, Bochrim, even though they sleep in a dormitory, they light their yates with their parents at home, right? Because they live at home. you don't live in your dormitory. You stay in your dormitory. You live at home. Okay? I'm not right now. What? Okay.
If you're a bocha of a yeshiva, you're living in the dorm. You have parents who have a house and do that, but you're out of the house.
Ask the buffer where he lives. He's not going to say the dorm.
Make a difference if the family is in the U.S., right?
Yeah, that could be. Not 100%. And what about if they're in California, you're learning in New York? And what about if they're in Baltimore, you're learning in New York? And what about if they're in Lakewood, you're learning, how far would that have to be? Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go weiter. Okay. Ein madlikin ner Chanukah koidem shetishka chama. What? Are we finished? Okay. Ein madlikin ner Chanukah koidem shetishka chama. Ela im soif hashkiyasa. V'lo ma'achrim v'lo makdimim. Not earlier or not later. V'yesh misha'imer shemutarad yochel ladlika miplag mincha u'lemayla. Okay, ubevad sheyitem bo shemen ad shetechal regel min hashuk. If you're lighting by plug, you're cheating. You could do it, but you have to. It's like you're lighting at the regular time. You're just lighting early, but your hadlaka is really at the regular time. The mitzvah is the hadlaka, but you have to be lighting for that half hour of after. Now, there's a Prima Godim that in Tafresh Ayin Vav, if I'm not mistaken, where he speaks about Erev Shabbos. I don't think we're going to get there this year. Where there he says that on Erev Shabbos could be you only have to have a half hour from when you light. You don't need a half hour into the nighttime because Erev Shabbos, the Zman of Hadlaka is a different Zman.
This one, if it gets blown out before here, before whatever.
If it gets blown out, then I think that's called your Yaitza, but if you're there beforehand, you should, it's not like Kavsa in Zokokla. Okay, that's what the Achrayim say.
I have this half hour burning. It's 11 in the morning. I have a switch cup. And I want to see what happens by clock.
Just light it before Chanukah, let it go for 8 days.
No, but you have to light one each day.
So why do I have to light on that day? So why light them 8 days before Hanukkah, one every day? That they should be. No, the answer is that after Plag has shaykhis to the next day. Okay, we're not going to get involved in the fine print, but that's the answer to the question.
After Plag starts.
Right. There's some aspect, right? Okay. All right. I'm just going to read a Mishnah Berurah that's fascinating. Okay, you have to light it at the right time, and if you lit at Plag Mincha, I'm going to read the Mishnah Berurah of Cotton Dalit, Sheita Ba Shemen, that should burn at night. If it's not lit at night, there's no presuming this. You only put in a half hour's oil. You should put in oil and relight it. Why is that? Because maybe you really are yaitza when you lit that plug and it would go for a half hour at that time.
That's an interesting thing because he's lighting at 5 because he's the food for the light later and then it's the light later.
No, that's if you didn't put in enough oil.
Right. So he's doing this early because he can't.
I'm gonna tell you. He left his house at 4:00 and he came back home at 8. No, and
so it's better for him to light at 4 than to do it at 8.
I didn't say that, but a person you could light at 4, right? That's after plug, And if you come back home at 8, you see that there wasn't enough oil for it to burn into the night, a half hour, then you'd light again. Okay? What? Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. Huh? Are you asking me like a halacha wise question? Okay. What exactly is going on? Where'd he go? Okay. And he ate? Okay. If he ate, then he should light at the plug. But if he could not eat, then he should light when he gets home.
He's not allowed to eat.
I want to say over a psak from Rabbi Yashiv, and this psak is very important because the minig ha'olam isn't exactly like Rabbi Yashiv's psak, but we do follow it to a certain extent. Rabbi Yashiv is known that two people can ask him the same question and he'll give different answers. And usually, it's because they didn't really ask the exact same question. Yeah, but there's a Hanukkah one where a guy was asking on Erev Shabbos Hanukkah, where should he light Matzah Shabbos? And he told him, you should light when you get home. And the next person online said, I have the same question, I just didn't hear the Rav's answer. And he said, you should light before you leave. So now you can't say that he asked a different question, because, all right.
Did he know the people?
And they asked him Yashiv, and he said it was two different questions. Now, how could it be two different questions? So the first guy that asked was a chassid, and the second guy that asked was a litvak. What's the difference between the two? A chassid lights inside, and a litvak lights outside. So those who light inside, the main hadlaka is for the people that are the bnei bayis, and therefore to be makbid on the zman is less important than it is if you're lighting outside. Because for outside, it's on the theoretical, the people in the street, which don't, we have them nowadays till 10 o'clock. I don't know when we have them till. What? No, that's in Beitar. In Ramat Beit Shemesh, I would say by 10 o'clock it's all over. No, I think Yerushalayim, they're going till 11:30, 12. Probably Beitar till 1. 1 second. There are a lot of people out. I don't think that's true. People are finished doing their, they've winded down their day. So people go out to do,
Young
couples, the Hasidic couples go to
the market. I'm not just talking about the I go out walking at midnight.
Okay.
People out.
People, what age people? Hasidic couples.